What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Entre Mike back with an Entre short for entrepreneur. And in this video, we are going to be going over how to book a load for a hotshot truck. Also, we're going to be doing a spot market update, letting you know what the loads are looking like across the country, what's the rates looking like across the country. We're also going to do specific lane searches for what you guys posted down a week ago. And if you guys want to see your city and state in next week's video, make sure you drop that down in the comment section. I'll get to it. Let's go ahead and move into the video. And also, if you guys are interested in a dispatcher, I'm going to put a plug in here for Dispatch Experts. He's a really cool guy. They got a really nice company. They're pretty big, pretty successful. So if you guys are looking for a reliable dispatcher, check out Dispatch Experts, pinned to the comment section, and we'll continue this video. Like I said, along with lane searches, this is a spot market update. So let's check out and see where the rate per miles are the highest. Usually it's always the Southeast, which is always really compelling to me coming out of the Southeast, because even with my hotshot setups, I was always in the Midwest, baby. I was always in the Midwest. But like I said, I will always take this type of triangle approach, meaning I would get out of the Southeast, go up into the Midwest down into South Central, and then South Central back into the Southeast. Now, as you can see, it's a obvious reason why I never went up into the Northeast or the West Coast. But of course, if you're coming out of those areas, do not be ashamed of that. You know, it's still pretty good money to make out there. It's just going to be less low volume. And hopefully I can show a good bit of that through the searches that we're going through today. Then here we have the flatbed demand and capacity, right? So this is going to show you where the load to truck ratios are the highest. And you can see they're consistently super high in this Southeast and South Central area. Of course, you got California, it's more of an outlier. But the Southeast, South Central, this is kind of where you want your truck to be, it seems like. But I would never count out the Midwest for a good area. Still get some pretty good load to truck ratios along with some nice rates. And then along with those nice rates, you guys probably hear me say the Midwest all the time. It's because you also got flatlands, right? Now, don't get me wrong, South Central, you got plenty of flatlands, not as mountainous, you know, with the Appalachians through here, but it's somewhat mountainous up in here. And with that flat land in Texas, it's a lot of lows in Texas, don't get me wrong. But this is kind of your hub for freight. It's not a lot of freight in Oklahoma, not a lot of freight in New Mexico, not a lot of freight in Arkansas. Sure isn't a lot of freight in Louisiana or Mississippi. So Texas is kind of what's holding the load to truck ratio, in my opinion, pretty high. But as far as the Southeast region, you know, Georgia, you're always going to have a good bit of lows there. Tennessee is decent. South Carolina, North Carolina, like it's really confusing to me to see the load to truck ratio this high in these areas. Same for the rate per mile, but that is the data that we're given at this time. So let's go ahead and hop into the load board and get into your favorite load searches. Like I said, if you have not dropped down your city and state, go ahead and do so we can go over it next week's video. All right, guys, the first search request we have is Atlanta, Georgia. We're just going to go ahead and go over the highest rate per mile showing out of this area. A whopping $2,000. Keep in mind, this is a flatbed hotshot load to go from Birmingham, Alabama to Tampa, Florida. Now, this is probably given the fact that, let's see, needs fresh hours, has a 10 o'clock pickup. I love the notes, right? And then they pay pretty well going into Florida, because we know you down there off of 75 in Florida on Tampa, you probably not going to get a load coming back out of there. Let's just keep it above. You're probably going to deadhead right back up into the, you know, either middle Georgia area or Atlanta. So good to see some good paying loads going down into Florida. 20 to 30 foot hotshot needs 4-foot drop tarps, pick up by 545. Got Norcross to Savannah, 266 a mile, not too shabby at all. 262 to go to Detroit, Michigan. This is something I would for sure take. But this is a flatbed load, no holes or rips, requires fat. Okay, so Conestoga. Okay, yeah, so this probably won't allow a flatbed hotshot, unfortunately. This is a flatbed hotshot load, 15 feet, 3,500 pounds. Says email me. So not able to know the commodity here. Let's see. One pick, one drop, legal strap and go. And this is Flatbed Hotshot, $1.73. Not too bad. 11,000 feet, 10,000 pounds. Goodness gracious, what is it? Cement. But let's go ahead and check out the highest rate coming out of Atlanta. We got the same 2,200 bucks to go to Michigan, and that same 2,000 to go to Tampa, Florida. So we're not going to get hung up here. Let's go ahead and get on to the next search. Our next request was for Baltimore, Maryland. As you can see, we got 74 results at this current time. Went to the highest rate per mile. We got one going to Massachusetts. No tarp. 279 a mile. You know, you don't have to tarp it, but not much of some notes there. They put 1 foot, 6,000 pounds. God knows what it really takes up. Next one is going to New York. Probably paying pretty good because of the tolls. 275 a mile. Not too bad. We got one going to PA. How many loaded miles? 267. Pay 650. No tarp. Not too bad. Landstar. This one going to Cleveland, Ohio. 7 a.m. load and go. Probably a strap and go. I love how they said load and go. I would love to know if there are straps that come on this load. More than likely, probably not. But load and go probably just means it's in and out. So that's one thing I do like about the Hotshot, right? It's a tractor right here. You need ramps, so you probably want to have the mega ramps. But Hotshot, especially during the Hotshot season, it's a lot of expedited freight. Whereas you're not having to like pull in behind a bunch of docks, like load into a dock, and it's a long line and a gate to check in. It's just kind of like pick up, get loaded, you know, get your BOL, and you get on about your day. There are literally been times where, and I'm on the highest rate, by the way, guys. There's literally been times where I just pull up, take some 5 minutes to load, strap in 5-10 minutes, and I'm on about my day, man. So I really like that about Hotshot. Now the issue is once we get into those colder seasons, it's not gonna work like that. And even if it does, you're out in the cold, tarping, chaining. It's a nightmare, but it makes money. So if you're willing to take that risk, you will make the money and the reward. Let's see. This one, Lakehurst, New Jersey to it's at Niceville, Florida. 2 forms of government issued ID, no criminal history, no work permits. Price firm. We don't check MC until you accept the load. Must have real ID for 10,000 pounds, guys. At $1.05 is insane, but this is a partial. You know, you could just slap another 9 feet on your 53 foot, you know, step deck or something. So I understand, but buck a mile is nasty work to go on the step deck. So let's go ahead and move on. Yeah, we went over the highest rate too. Yeah, and the highest rate per miles. I was just yapping. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the next search. All right, guys, and the next search we have is Sacramento, California. Lotus box crates. This is Flatbed Hotshot. Let's go to a Flatbed Hotshot. $1.36 to go to Oregon. A lot of vague comments. See right here. Going to Carson, Cali. A lot of freaking dimensions. I don't mind when they do that, but it's just too much. It lets you know there's something real ugly in these dimensions. Don't look too tall though. Nothing looks too long. Nothing looks too wide or tall. So it looks like a lot of either stacking going on or side by side mess going on. I'm not too sure. Got one going from Nevada to Cali. No tarp. Let's go ahead and go to the highest rate. Not much on here. Let's see, Flatbed Hotshot. $1.18. And by the way, when I'm looking at the equipment, right? So these are loads that you may be eligible for. Step deck, you got flatbed or step deck, and then you got Flatbed Hotshot. So 80 to 90% of your loads are going to come from Flatbed Hotshot, but it does not mean that you're automatically ineligible to get these loads either. Okay. And as you can see, most of these search requests, because I'm less than, 10,000 pounds up here in the top right. And this is usually for non-CDL Hotshots. You'll be within a range of about 8,000 pounds to 11,000 pounds that you can haul. Just depends on your setup and how much you can carry. How long your trailer is, how much it weighs when it's empty, all of that stuff. We can go over gross combination vehicles and tear weights and all of that stuff another day. I just wanted you guys to make sure while I'm going through these loads that you know why speaking on certain loads. But not much here. I'm not really impressed with Sacramento right now. Might just be the time of the day, but let's go ahead and move on. And our final search for the day is going to be Chicago, Illinois. Good old Midwest. We got some going from Chicago to Michigan. Tarps required, 16-foot flatbed. Let's look at the highest. Flatbed Hotshot load. $1.83. Legal load, no tarp. Ask for KT. See another one, 8 feet, 9,700 pounds. Probably something agricultural. Skids. No, never mind. It's going to be some big old skids. Heavy skids. No tarp. Going to South Dakota. See what the highest rate is coming out of Chicago at this current time. 1250 to go to Douglas, Arizona. Got 1200 to go to San Antonio, $1 a mile. So rates are actually looking cheaper. That is actually crazy to kind of see the correlation between loads here and then such as going to like Atlanta, Georgia, for instance. Super interesting. But that is going to do it for today's video. Do not forget to drop down your city and state if you want to see your request in next week's video. Also, I'm curious, how many of you guys watching this video are going through the process of setting up your LLC, EIN number, DOT, MC number, BOC3, UCR, IFTA, etc., and have said to yourself, I want to get into this industry, but the paperwork scares me. I don't know if I want to do all of that on my own. I would rather outsource that to another service. I may be able to help you guys with that soon. So comment down the word paperwork if that's something that you have thought about and wouldn't mind outsourcing or delegating to somebody else who knows how to do it. Until then, make sure you guys like this video. Drop a comment down on either if you enjoy it, drop an emoji, drop your favorite truck if you're going to go Ford, Dodge, Chevy, etc. Right? Just want more interaction with you guys. I appreciate you guys for making it to the end. I'll see you next time. Peace.